Dengan dilandasi keyakinan, UT mampu beradaptasi dengan setiap perubahan dan sumber daya manusia yang excellent, serta memiliki jiwa dan karakter Pancasila yang kuat. Universitas terbuka, siap menyongsong era baru pendidikan tinggi jarak jauh di tanah air yang modern menuju Indonesia maju.
Dahulu, ketika UT didirikan pada tahun 1984, tidak sedikit orang yang memandang sebelah mata universitas terbuka. Hari ini kita percaya bahwa UT telah menjadi perguruan tinggi negeri yang besar, berdiri sejajar dengan perguruan tinggi lain yang lebih dahulu didirikan. Bahkan terdepan dalam pendidikan terbuka dan jarak jauh. UT menjadi instrumen penting pemerintah dalam pemerataan pendidikan tinggi berkualitas dunia ke seluruh pelosok tanah air, bahkan mancanegara. Sulit rasanya meningkatkan angka partisipasi kasar pendidikan tinggi tanpa kehadiran UT.
Seiring dengan berubahnya status menjadi perguruan tinggi badan hukum atau PTNBH, yang membuatnya sejajar dengan perguruan tinggi terkemuka di Indonesia yang lebih dahulu didirikan, UT semakin lincah dalam merespon beragam tuntutan internal dan eksternal dengan melakukan terobosan baru yang inovatif dan adaptif. Dengan semangat, tatanan dan budaya kerja baru mewujudkan Indonesia maju. Perkembangan teknologi yang ramah pengguna, terjangkau, tersebar, serta semakin meningkatnya literasi digital masyarakat. UT semakin mendapat tempat di hati berbagai kalangan. Hal itu tampak pada terus meningkatnya jumlah mahasiswa dan dalam 5 tahun terakhir, jumlah mahasiswa usia muda terus meningkat. Menyadari karakteristik dan kompleksitas pendidikan jarak jauh dan masyarakat yang berubah dengan cepat, UT melakukan investasi yang signifikan untuk penyediaan infrastruktur modern dan SDM yang berkualitas. Gedung Profesor Setiadi menjadi landmark keseriusan UT dalam menjadikan teknologi modern sebagai tulang punggung layanan kepada mahasiswa dan stakeholders lainnya. Gedung yang dilengkapi peralatan terkini siap memberikan layanan online terbaik.
Pada tahun ini, UT meluncurkan aplikasi MyUT yang memudahkan mahasiswa mengakses semua layanan pendidikan dengan menerapkan teknologi Sistem Single Sign-On atau SSO.
Dalam mewujudkan akuntabilitas keuangan, UT mengimplementasikan transformasi digital tata kelola keuangan atau yang disebut dengan SIP 3, Sistem Informasi Perencanaan, Pelaksanaan, dan Pertanggungjawaban Keuangan.
Dengan demikian, setiap kegiatan dapat memaksimalkan value, meningkatkan kinerja dan kontribusi, serta menjaga keberlanjutan UT dengan prinsip transparansi, accountability, independency, responsibility, dan fairness. UT mengembangkan aplikasi sendiri yang diberi nama Smart Procurement Management Information System yang disingkat PROMIS.
Aplikasi ini sudah mendapatkan penghargaan dan apresiasi dari sejumlah lembaga pemerintah, termasuk perguruan tinggi negeri yang sudah menggunakannya.
Sebagai jantung sebuah perguruan tinggi, fakultas memiliki peran penting dalam memberikan layanan akademik dan terus berpacu meningkatkan kualitas akademik dan inovasi pembelajaran. Akreditasi baik nasional maupun internasional, termasuk upaya mendapatkan international recognition, terus dibangun. Di antaranya penyiapan bilingual course materials untuk menampung international students.
Universitas terbuka sudah memiliki pondasi yang kuat dalam memanfaatkan digital learning. Pondasi ini harus terus dikembangkan untuk memfasilitasi penguasaan mahasiswa dan para dosen terhadap industri teknologi masa depan.
Saya memberikan apresiasi tinggi kepada Universitas Terbuka sebagai pioner dalam pembelajaran jarak jauh pada tingkat perguruan tinggi yang telah memberikan layanan pendidikan tinggi yang terjangkau dan fleksibel bagi masyarakat di seluruh pelosok tanah air selama hampir 4 dasawarsa ini, dan selalu terdepan dalam inovasi pendidikan jarak jauh.
Universitas terbuka selama ini telah berperan penting dalam upaya pemerataan pendidikan melalui sistem pembelajaran jarak jauh. Dan seiring pergantian zaman, universitas terbuka turut berkembang menyediakan pendidikan yang tidak dibatasi ruang kelas. Semoga semangat mencerdaskan semua anak bangsa, dari Sabang sampai Merauke, terus menjadi semangat universitas terbuka. Mari terus menghadirkan pendidikan berkualitas tanpa batas.
Kami menyadari bahwa keberhasilan UT adalah berkat kepercayaan pemerintah dan masyarakat. Mari membangun manusia dan Indonesia yang lebih baik bersama Universitas Terbuka.
Kemajuan ilmu pengetahuan serta pandemi merubah kebiasaan kita dalam menggunakan teknologi dan internet. Hal ini mendorong berdirinya Indonesia Cyber Education Institute yang diresmikan Direktorat Jenderal Pendidikan Tinggi pada tanggal 28 Juli tahun 2021. ICE Institute merupakan lokapasa digital untuk mata kuliah daring berkualitas di Indonesia yang tujuan utamanya adalah memfasilitasi penyediaan pendidikan berkualitas sekaligus menjamin kualitas layanan pembelajaran daring serta mendorong pemerataan kualitas pendidikan di Indonesia. Didukung oleh 14 mitra konsorsium, mata kuliah daring yang disediakan oleh ICE Institute dapat memperluas akses pendidikan berkualitas untuk siapa saja, kapan saja, dan di mana saja dengan beasiswa Merdeka Belajar untuk semua dari Menteri Pendidikan, Kebudayaan, Riset, dan Teknologi. Semua mahasiswa dari berbagai perguruan tinggi bisa memilih mata kuliah dari perguruan tinggi ternama di Indonesia juga luar negeri melalui ice.ac.id. Sebagai contoh, mahasiswa yang terdaftar di Universitas Bina Nusantara dapat mengambil perkuliahan di Universitas Indonesia yang penempuhan mata kuliah serta SKS dan sertifikatnya bisa diakui oleh kampus asal. Sampai saat ini di ice.ac.id ada ratusan mata kuliah daring dan perguruan tinggi papan atas di Indonesia dan ribuan lainnya dari EDX yang berasal dari perguruan tinggi terkemuka internasional. Dengan mengadopsi teknologi blockchain, ICE Institute menghubungkan semua penempuhan mata kuliah dan menghubungkannya dengan job market, sehingga menjadi satu lokapasar pendidikan daring yang terintegrasi. ICE Institute akan selalu berusaha mendorong perubahan dalam peningkatan dan pemerataan kualitas pendidikan Indonesia guna mendukung program Merdeka Belajar untuk semua.
Attention please, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to commence our seminar and are grateful for your readiness to engage in this enlightening occasion. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Vice Rector for Research, Innovation, Partnership, and Business, Bapak Rahmat Budiman, SSM Hum, PhD. The Honorable Dr. Andes Hasanuddin, MSc, Manager of Partnership Development and Certification of ICE Institute. The Honorable Keynote Speakers, Ms. Sisha Wang, and Bapak Bagus Jati Santoso, PhD, and all of the participants in this seminar. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ami Hibatul Jamil, the moderator of today's seminar. I'm very pleased to see you here again and welcome all of you to the first CEF in 2024, the 27th Cyber Education Forum entitled Collaborative Learning in Virtual Space. In today's rapidly evolving educational landscape, harnessing the power of collaborative learning in virtual environments has become not just a necessity, but a vital strategy for fostering engagement, creativity, and knowledge sharing. As we navigate the challenges and opportunities of remote learning, join us as we explore innovation approaches, best practices, and practical tips for creating meaningful collaborative experiences that transcend physical boundaries. Together, let's unlock the full potential of virtual spaces to enhance learning outcomes and cultivate dynamic interactive learning communities. Thank you for joining us on this interactive webinar. For the first agenda, we would like to call Bapak Rahmat Budiman, SSM PhD, as the Vice Rector for Research, Innovation, Partnership, and Business to deliver the welcoming speech. Please, Bapak Rahmat.
Thank you, Bu Ami, Mbak Ami. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya. Salam kebajikan rahayu. A very good morning to all participants. I would like to extend my best wishes to all of you and welcome you all to today's webinar on the topic of collaborative learning in virtual spaces. It's a pleasure to have experts and participants from different parts of the world who have joined us to explore this concept that has the potential to revolutionize the world of education. Collaborative learning in virtual spaces is not just a topic, it's a revolution that can significantly enhance the quality of learning. We are fortunate to have speakers who have agreed to share their knowledge and experience with us. The first one is Ms. Xia Wang, PhD, from School of Educational Technology, Faculty of Education, Beijing Normal University, and Mr. Bagus Jati Santoso, PhD, from Department of Informatics, Deputy Director of Academic Development, Institut Teknologi 10 November, Surabaya. Your presence here will provide us with valuable insights. I would like also to express my gratitude to all participants who have taken the time to join us today. Your presence and contribution are crucial to the success of this event. Through the discussion we will have today, we hope to explore various aspects of collaborative learning in cyberspace, overcome challenges, and find innovative solutions. Let us work together to create an inspiring and inclusive learning environment for a better educational future. I would like also to thank all the participants, to the committee who have provided this webinar today and prepared with all best efforts. Without further delay, let us begin the webinar, Collaborative Learning in Virtual Spaces. Thank you for your attention and participation. Enjoy the webinar. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Pak Rahmat, for your welcoming speech. Moving on, before we proceed to the next session, we would like to invite all the audience to have a photo session together. For all participants, kindly open your camera. And for the committee, you may please prepare the configuration or setting. We would like to start from the first slide. Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. All right, and then next slide. 1, 2, and 3. All right, next slide. On 1, 2, and 3. All right, last slide. 1, 2, and 3. All right, thank you everyone who has opened their camera. For the next agenda, we would like to invite Bapak Dr. Andes Hasanuddin MSI. He is the Manager of Partnership Development and Certification of ICE Institute to deliver the opening remarks. But before that, we would like to play a video of ICE Institute.
Have you ever thought about joining the fund Merdeka Belajar Kampus Merdeka but wondering where to start? Or do you want to take part in lectures from well-known domestic and foreign universities? What if you want to improve your skills and get certified while working a full-time job? Is that even possible? At ICE Institute, everything is possible. ICE Institute provides various collections of online courses for empowerment and capacity building for college students, vocational students, and the general public through various options. Merdeka Belajar Kampus Merdeka is a policy of Indonesia's Minister of Education, Culture, Research, and Technology that provides opportunities for everyone, including 1. College students in their 5th semester or above to take 20 credits outside their home university. 2. Capacity building programs for high school students that provide opportunities to take several online courses from well-known universities. 3. Capacity building programs for professionals to enhance their skills and careers. And the best part is, all of these programs are available in one place at icei.ac.id. This way, ICE Institute is focusing on building the capacity and skill set of every level of society, from university students to professionals. Together with consortium members and a growing list of providers and partners, ICE Institute has a collection of more than 600 courses from 23 universities for a quota of 60,000 participants and will continue to grow. In addition to the collection of courses from Indonesia, the ICE Institute has also added more of international courses in recent years, including 1. More than 1,500 courses on the EDX platform from 55 of the world's top universities for 2,500 participants. 2. 120 courses from the consortium of universities in China that are members of Xuetang X, Tsinghua University, which are provided openly without quota limit. 3. Collection of the International Institute of Online Education, UNESCO ICE, on digital transformation to increase the ability of teachers and lecturers, as well as the higher education community in general. 4. More than 10,000 courses on the Coursera platform from 290 world-class universities are provided for 1,000 participants. In recent years, there have been more than 13,000 Indonesian students and 1,000 international students, especially from Sri Lanka, who have attended lectures through the ICE Institute. Keeping up with the current developments in the world of education, the ICE Institute also adds a micro-credential program collection. These programs aims to add and improve community competencies according to market needs, including micro-credential design thinking programs, data analytics, digital security, cloud computing, game developers, and many other collection of micro-credential programs. Upon graduation, students enrolled in the Game Developer Micro-Credential Program will take part in the capstone project for game creation. The best games will be selected by experts from the gaming industry during the judging process. Not only quality programs, but AR/VR has also been used in various lecture processes to provide a modern and futuristic learning experience. The presence of the micro-credential program in the ICE Institute Gallery, which is openly offered to human resources from the business and industrial world, will assist the upskill and reskilling process in increasing the capacity building of these human resources. In collaboration with ADB, World Bank, Microsoft, British Council and United States Embassy, ICE Institute has the ambition to help meet the needs of students by providing quality learning systems and content that can be accessed by anyone, anytime and anywhere. The ICE Institute also works with domestic and foreign partners to hold cyber education forums to discuss various topics based on research and studies around hot skills in the job market and how students can prepare themselves for the competition. The ICE Institute will continue to carry out various research and developments on the facilities, services, and features provided so that they are the answer to welcome the borderless Industrial Revolution 4.0, which has changed the perspective of how formal education is organized.
To Pak Hasan, now you may deliver the opening remarks.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ibu Ami Hibatul Jamil, who has given me time to give opening remark. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, peace and blessing, and well wishes to all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and their participants, a very warm welcome to all of you. We are very happy you are here with us today for this enlightening webinar. Your presence is the heart and soul of this event, and we extend our greetings to each and every one of you. It is our sincere hope that you will find this webinar engaging and informative. Once again, welcome, and thank you for being a part of this educational experience. Let's make the most of our time together. I'm delighted to welcome all of you to our webinar on collaborative learning in virtual space, organized by the Indonesian Cyber Education Institute, ICE, a leading marketplace for education in Indonesia. We are honored to have Rahmat Budiman, PhD, Vice Rector for Research, Innovation, Partnership, and Business at Universitas Terbuka with us today, providing a welcome speech that not only sets the tone for our discussion, but also serves as motivation for all participants, especially those joining us from various regions across Indonesia. In the next hour, as we explore the power of collaborative learning in virtual environment, let's remember that the strength of our collective efforts knows no geographical boundaries. Your presence here today, whether you are from bustling urban center or in remote areas, reflects a commitment to continuous learning and collaboration, contributing the advancement of education in every part of Indonesia. Collaborative learning takes center stage in the online education, serving as a key player for the success of our studies in this digital era where connectivity is paramount. Collaborative efforts not only enhance comprehension but also provide a support system for navigating the intricacies of online learning. Together, we can harness the power of collaborative learning to create the environment where collective knowledge propel each participant toward academics, making the journey of online education not only effective, but truly enriching. Our esteemed panelists, Cixio Wang, PhD from Beijing Normal University, and Pak Bagus Jati Santoso, PhD from Institut Teknologi 10 November ITS Surabaya, will share available insight on creating inclusive and interactive virtual learning experience. We hope this webinar inspire you with new ideas and tools to enhance your virtual learning and teaching practices. So let's embark on this journey together and make the most of our time here Thank you for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Hasan, for the opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, we are transitioning to the main session where I will outline the presentation format. Initially, each speaker will have approximately 20 minutes to present their materials. Following this, we will proceed to a question and answer session. It is now my pleasure to introduce our first keynote speaker, Ms. Xixia Wang. Ms. Xixia Wang is an assistant professor in School of Educational Technology, Faculty of Education, Beijing Normal University. She finished her bachelor in educational technology at Beijing Normal University in Beijing, China, and then PhD also in educational technology at Peking University, Beijing, China. Her teaching expertise includes instructional system design, data management and analysis, online learning theory, and cognitive laws, also enterprise e-learning. Ms. Xixia Wang research encompasses online collaborative problem solving, open learning environment, learning behavior and motivation, and many more. Recently, she also published a book entitled The Influence of Technology Affordance on Cooperative Inquiry from the Perspective of Embodied Cognition. She also a project leader of various research projects, for instance, research on interaction analysis and intervention of online collaborative roles from a social behavioral cognitive emotional perspective, course quality evaluation, and improvement path in the context of online internationalization of higher education. Ms. Xixia Wang, we are looking forward to your presentation. You have 20 minutes to present the material, and now the time and screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, Amy. Thank you for your introduction. My name is Xixia Wang. Hello, everyone, and good morning to other professors and researchers and the teachers and students. Now I will share my screen and show the slides. My research topic today is, let me have there may be some technical issues of the website. Oh, I can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
All right, we're still waiting for the slide sharing. All right, so maybe Miss Xixia Wang has connection problem. We would like to wait for her for a while. And then we are very pleased to have her here because he's the expert in educational technology. Hopefully, in the meantime, she will join us again in here. Ms. Xixia Wang, do you want us to help you in presenting? Hello again, Ms. Xixia Wang. So you are the co-host again now. Would you like to? Okay,
yeah, can you hear
so
me? I'm very sorry about the technical issue of the web. Okay, can you see the screen?
Yes, we can see it clearly.
Okay, thank you. And I will share the research topic again to you. The CSL in the Internet Era, a case study of connectivist MOOC from China. My name is Xiaowang from Beijing Normal University. This is a case from China about collaborative learning. And as we all know, collaboration skills is very important in the 21st century, as many international organizations acknowledge the critical function of collaboration skills, such as OECD, UNESCO, and World Economic Forum. Collaboration skills can promote social process and foster personal development, especially when learning and work when they go into the society. And we can see there is a research term called CSL, Computer Supported Collaborative Learning. This learning aims to promote active engagement through online environment and technical such as social network or some instant talk issues. And we can see from the research field there are two consideration skills in CSL. One is time skill. For example, there is shorter or longer time we can collaborate with each other. We can collaborate in classroom settings for shorter time, or we can do some research in the communities with other students in the website. Another skill is the group size. There is small group or even two students in a group, and we can see their massive group. As for example, Wikipedia's and wiki projects or citizen science. And we can see in the online learning on the virtual environment, there are two separated learning states. One is learning community, another one is group collaboration. These two states are rarely associated. Researchers or teachers also often investigated only one learning stage. They studied the social network and the learning behavior in the social network, how they interaction on the website, or they just research how students work in a small group. But how these two states connect together, for example, how students on the social network form a small group to deeply research a problem in a smaller scale. This is questions in the internet area, how the collaboration occur from community to group, and how the group process develop when the group form. Now, I'd like to share a research from our research team, the Research Center of Beijing Normal University called RECD, Distance Research Center from BNU. And we can see CSL in the internet area. The network-based collaboration has become a main method of knowledge production and evolution. As the connectivist learning theory side, a typical learning theory, this is a typical learning theory for the digital age. The theory emphasizes that learning is the process of node connection and the optimization of one's own network. Learning is to find resources, other people's, and knowledge information through the online website and to connect his own learning network. This is the learning in the internet area. And there is a new form of MOOC, Massive Open Online MOOC, the CMOOC, Connected with MOOC, is a community-based courses designed in line with the principle of connect with learning theory. Is now the XMOOC based on learning videos, that's just videos and tests on the learning websites such as the 学堂 website. And the complex learning network in this environment, the students have different learning background and multiple learning objects. How to promote their connection and realize deep interaction, group intelligence, and knowledge creations together is the main goal of CMOOC. And one of the important ways is to create authentic problem situations and guiding students to solve this kind of structured and complex problems based their previous learning or work experience. And this kind of CMOOC is the real forms to promote students' problem solving and collaboration skills. The collaborative problem solving CPS is one of typical learning activities that use the wisdom of collectives and crowds to promote learning creation and in-depth connectivity in the connectivity in the online environment. CPS can encourage learners to find peers and establish groups in a wide and complex network and achieve group knowledge, innovation, and cognitive development through deep invention and network connectedness. In such way, the two separated learning phrases can be connected together from community learning to group collaborations. Now we can see a case study from China. This is the first CMOOC in China called Internet Plus Education, a dialogue between theory and practice. It was developed by the Distance Education Research Center of Beijing Normal University, and it has been conducted for 9 sessions since 2018. The CMOOC has attracted a large number of learners from different fields and backgrounds. Typically, it includes 3 sections of learning. One is cross-guidance for 1 week and systematic learning for 5 weeks, problem solving for 5 weeks, also 5 weeks. Let's see how the instructional design of this CMOOC. From the course guidance week on, the students gradually to form an understanding and have their own interest in domain of the internet education through the interaction with others or with learning resources on the course platform. Some students decide to whether to create or join a problem-solving group. In the thematic learning stage, the course provides learning resources. Every week has its own theme, such as the role of technique in promoting changes in educational field. The students widely interact with others and share with their ideas through blog and interact in the social network. And in the problem-solving stage, we provide their real problems to solve, such as teacher-student interaction patterns and characteristics under the scenario of online learning. They can choose this topic to deeply and form a small group. The size may have 3 to 7 people. They frequently form from a research team and conduct research on this topic deeply. And we can see there are 5 weeks in the problem-solving stage. There are TikTok week. They see some problems and form groups. In the last 4 weeks, they analyze the problem and analyze and connect the resources in the website. In the 3rd week, there is teachers that can guide them, get their research process and their directions or optimizations of their research content. In the last week, they have some summary and reflections of their research. We can see some details in this slide. The kick-off week has some tasks for them to meet each other and know each other's research interests so they can get together to form a small group. And other week, there are some collection of resources or interactions between groups. They also can learn from other teams how they coordinated the learning resources and how to design their research progress. And there is a research project based on the learning design of the CPIs in the CMOOC. We have 2 research questions to find how learners move from learning community to small group collaborations. The first group question is, how does collaborative problem solving happen? And the second is, how does collaborative learning develop? In the systematic learning stage, we want to know what kind of learners are more likely to participate collaborations and what kind of learners are more likely to form a group together. What kind of people will like to work together, and what kind of learners are more likely to become group leaders, their characteristics to become the collaborative rules in a group. The second groups of the research questions, we want to know their cognitive development and their rules of collaborative rules evolutions and the function of promoting strategies, how the promoting help group interact more effectively. And this is a research framework. We firstly studies how the happen collaboration, and next we studies how the development of collaborations. In the communicating stage, we want to know who will participate in the collaboration and who will work together and who will become group leader. After their free grouping, we will know how the intergroup cognition development and the intra-group role evolution, external group promotion, how the designer of the courses or some teachers can help the groups to work more effectively. And the research methods two can research paradigm. One is internet experiment, we more focus on the quantitative data, such as questionnaire, network data, platform log, and the other one is cognitive anthropography. We focus on the qualitative data, self-report, collaborative conversations through eyes and eyes, and we can see this is a longitudinal mixed study. From this research project, we can find some implications for the cell in the internet era. To foster broader scale collaboration, we can design dynamic adjustment problems for the students to choose in the learning community, and we can guiding the learners to fully use their strategies and expand breadth and depth of interaction and defending potential collaborators. This is very important. They can find some potential collaborators or potential leaders in a group, so we can encourage them to find more students to work together to form a team. To promote a higher quality of collaboration, we can get the learners to adapt work direction dynamically and highlight generative rules, and we can identify group rules and design some imitation strategies according to the changes of the rules, and we can emphasize group knowledge creation and open evaluation tools based on their deeply interaction, not only their learning gains, but also their interactions, the depth of interaction. This is the implication for the internet era, and also some published related research. We can find some more details research measures and some research design and the data analysis. And this is my my research project. Thank you for your listening, and we can talk later. The time is off. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Xia Wang, for giving us such enlightening and interesting presentation about CSCL in the internet era, computer-supported collaborative learning. And you also have shared your research, right? So thank you very much about that. And then Ms. Xia Wang, you may please wait for a while. We would like to invite the next speaker first. For the participants, if you have questions, you may type your question in chat room box. Then later, the organizer or the committee will pick 3 questions for every session. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, now allow me to welcome our second speaker, Pak Bagus Jati Santoso, PhD. Hello, Pak Bagus. All right.
Good morning, Mami.
Good morning.
Yeah.
He is an assistant professor in Department of Informatics and Deputy Director of Academic Development in Institut Teknologi 10 November, Surabaya. His academic background includes Bachelor of Informatics in Institut Teknologi 10 November, Surabaya, Master Program Fast Track in Department of Computer Science and Information Engineering, National Taiwan University of Science and Technology, and then he continued his PhD program in Department of Computer Science and Information Engineering, also in the same university, National Taiwan University of Science and Technology. He joined in collaboration research with Inspirasi Program, ITS and NTU Singapore Research Collaboration entitled Single Digital Identity for Smart City, and with National University of Science and Technology entitled Optimizing Transactional Privacy and Regulatory Compliance in Decentralized Finance Using Machine Learning Approach and Hyperledger Fabric. Also, this coming year, he involved in research collaboration with ICE Institute, ya Pak, about collaborative learning in virtual spaces. All right. Pak Bagus, you have 20 minutes to present your material, and now the screen and time is yours.
Thank you, Ibu Ami. Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sanudin, Ibu Radianti, Pak Rahmat, and all of the UT team. Also, another keynote speaker, Dr. Chi Wang. Good morning, everyone. So yeah, it's an honor for me to present and share the knowledge about the virtual spaces, like the topic that we are preparing. Uh, Wait a moment, I will prepare for the share the screen. Okay. Do you see the script, Ibu Ani?
Yes, we can see it clearly.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, good morning, everyone. It's again honor for me to present and share the knowledge about the how to develop the virtual space to support problem solving. It's still in line with what Dr. Tisha Wang presented before that uh, we can utilize all of the IT, information technology, all computer stuff, but application software to support the learning, especially for problem solving. So uh, I would like to present in next 20 minutes about the what is the development aspect and what we need to prepare, what is the example and what is the best practice to design the virtual space to support problem solving. Okay. So let's visit the definition of virtual spaces first. What is the virtual space? Yeah, actually, virtual space is a digital realm. It's like not so complex like a digital twins, but it's a digital realms combination of hardware and software that either is a mirror of the physical world, or yeah, we actually craft entirely new domain, or we duplicate the real world to the digital uh, things. In other words, it's a digital environment, yeah, so that users can interact with each other. So and there will also a digital object that they can interact with, and also to approach and to reach some goals, for example to support learning, problem solving, any tasks and others. So if you still don't have any idea what is the virtual space, is actually the VR platform, like the online games, the collaborative workspace, all of the not so old stuff are can be clustered as the virtual spaces. So let we see check the evolution first, how virtual space grew from time to time. At the early beginning, in the late 1970s to 1980s, I bet you haven't born yet. In the late 1970s, yeah, there is the inception of virtual space. It's popular called multi-user dungeons of MUDs, yeah, mods. It's popular in the late 1970s, and then there is a World Wide Web, and there's popular one, yeah, bulletin board system. It's like a board that you can write something. It's like a Kaskus in Indonesia, or like a forum in forum. Yeah, you can interact with each other, give the emoticon, give emoji, upload image, upload video, and others. Yeah, it's a very popular in the 1990s. That's it's the initial form of the virtual spaces. And then in the late 19th to the early 20s, we have the graphical virtual worlds. Yeah, if you like playing the game 3D games and others in the early 20s. That is an example of how they embed the graphical virtual worlds into the game. And there is early VR also racing at the time. So we have this like Second Life platform. Yeah, we can interact in 3D environment, engaging and others. And then we have a massively multiplayer online games. Yeah, like Dota. If you are in Indonesia, that's quite popular, right? Dota, World of Warcraft, like Counter Strike. Yeah, yeah. I know most of you like is a like game player, right? So yeah, in the mid until the mid 20s, this is the massively multiplayer online games, Ragnarok and others. They are example of the virtual spaces. So because you can interact with each other hands-on some digital object to others users, doing some interaction and all maybe transaction and others. So that is the MMOG. And then this in the late 2000s, we know there's Facebook, there's X, or previously it's Twitter, Facebook, what else? Yeah, a lot of social media. There's so they integrate the virtual space with social media platform. You know, there's a forum. you have a friends, you have now we have FYP and others. Yeah, actually, this is when they are collaborate the virtual space with social media platform, and in the late 19, there is the paradigm of the Web 2.0. And then in the 2010s to present, there is a lot of advancement in virtual reality and augmented reality. Yeah, because now you can may have digital world, so you can interact with each other in digital worlds. Yeah, the metaverse in the late 2010s is one of the phenomena or paradigm. Yeah, the advancement of VR is increasing, and also yeah, the metaverse concept is the big and till now it has become the most advanced paradigm of the virtual spaces. So if we try to separate the type of virtual space until today, and we have a technology level here. If we separate them, there is the PR, ER. Also, there's an online forum and media social platform base. And what is for the purpose? There are some purpose that we can implement using these virtual spaces. The first one is the social platform. The second one is educational environment. The third one is gaming work and also professional workspaces. So there's a lot of utilization of these virtual spaces currently. And now we are jumped to the development aspect. So now the opportunity for us is we have a not so new technology, but they have a lot of improvement in these recent years. But can we utilize this one? And what's component that we need to prepare? Actually, there is some component that we need to prepare um, to utilize this technology. The first one is we need to focus on the user interface. Yeah, of course, the user interface will become the most component part so you can interact with each other. So make sure you have the user interface of your application. The second one, you also maintain the content, develop the content. If you have a good user interface, but there is no content, it is impossible to have a good engagement of your user to the application. And the third one is interactivity. That's also the most important one. You may have a user interface, you may have a good content, but as long as you cannot interact with with other users, so there is it's no virtual spaces. And also the hardware, you need to prepare the hardware and also the software. It's depend if you are want to develop by yourself or you want to utilize some existing form that already built. So there is some design principle before creating the virtual space, because virtual space is quite user-centered design. I mean, the success of implementation and virtual space, it's very dependent on do you know what the user needs? Yeah, that is the first question that you need to answer if you want to make a virtual space. Do you know what the user needs? That's why we put the user-centered design in the first aspect of this principle for functional. So we need to understand what is the user need and frame. And then we design with empathy means that we cannot be like egocentric ourselves, focus on ourselves. We need to listen to each other's, hey, what they are actually need. And then we need to incorporate the user feedback during the design process. The second one is the navigation and wayfinding, or in IT, we call it the IT journey. Means that we need to have a good design, design for the navigation and wayfinding so that we will create a good user journey to the application. We will create an intuitive pathway, user journey. We have a consistent and clear navigation elements and minimizing user disorientation. So you need to be a consistent. I mean, like OK button, you need to put on the right side with green color, but no in the red color and the left side. But you need to use that consistent design to be implemented in your application. And then there's like a quite small battle of the aesthetic and visual design, whether it is to realism or it's to abstraction, because sometimes you need to gamification and make it quite like a cartoon, a real one, so that user more, oh, this cute, I want to use this application. That's right. So there will be an aesthetic and visual design of realism versus abstraction. And then in this one, you need to have you need to utilize the good effective color scheme, typographic and graphic, and then maintaining visual coherence. So the design needs to be consistent from page to page, time to time, and others. Okay, the other one is interactive free and engagement. This is the fourth aspect that you need to focus on when you design, not yet the implementation, but this is we still discuss about the design. In the interactive and engagement, we need to provide meaningful and engaging interaction. Also, we need to put gamification and then encourage user to always explore all features so that if you are playing VR on VR, you will consider that your first step is you need to there's a tutorial part. You need to explore, oh, this is the function of this one. You need this function of this one. Yeah, because you need to encourage user to explore all features. And there's an issue about the performance and optimization. Sometimes some programmer and some developer are too idealist to make your system very modern, but it resource exhaustive. For example, yeah, it's too sophisticated, but it takes a lot of graphical computation so that your computer becomes so slow. Yeah, of course, there is a performance optimization aspect. Of course, you can make a very realistic virtual spaces, but it will reduce your user because not not many users have a good computer with a high processor and high graphical processor unit. So the first one is optimizing the virtual space. Make sure that most of your user will have a smooth performance in running your virtual spaces. And then please minimize the loading times and lag. And you need to compatible with various devices and internet connection quality. So that's why you need to know your user. We put this user-centered design so you know what who is your user and what they need. What do they need? Okay. And the other issue is for data privacy and security. Yeah, now society becomes put more concern on this one. So it is good for you as a developer to also implement the data privacy and security because in fact, if there's an issue, then you may get some legal, yeah, sanction or aspect. The first one is you need to implementing robust data protection measure. So you need to put the perform encryption, and also you need to have the data handling policy, whether the data is in the transit. So make sure that no one will hijack your packet, and also when you storage your users' data on your computer. And the second one is safeguarding user information and privacy. Yeah, a lot of user space application, they will do the user anonymity options. Yeah, they will provide user anonymity. For example, if you know get contact apps, you may hide your information there. Or if you have X, you may block or close your application so that others cannot see your status. And so there is also always user anonymity. And then you need to consider there's a risk also about the cyber threats like hacking, phishing, and online harassment. And then the last one, you need to comply with the relevant data protection regulation. Yeah, of course, you need to survey the regulation like GDPR, HIPAA, and others. That's why some of uh, some of developers of virtual space they put the application on the European Union, sometimes in the Japan, sometimes in the US, because they want to fit with their regulation. Okay, so make sure that the compliance you will comply with this aspect. And then we need to evaluate the technological tool. Okay, it is too sophisticated or it's too simple to support our problem, to support our problem solving. So you need to have the defining the tools comparison matrix. If, for example, in this one, I have a short project with my students. We want to build a virtual space, and there is a three candidate whether we are using Unity, Unreal Engine, or Mozilla Hub. All of them are uh, open source. So we need to have this assessment metrics like how is of use, how about the graphical fidelity, how about the performance, the scalability. Means the scalability if there's a lot of user, whether the computation will become quite higher or not. Community support, the cost, and perform support, development speed, and also the feature set. And then you need to perform the cost benefit analysis. Is there any financial application if we adopt these virtual spaces? We need to identify also the resource requirement, ensuring the compatibility. And the last one, last but not least, you need to also perform the security audit to make sure that your uh, virtual spaces is secure. Also, the other issue is scalability and accessibility, like the previous one, because the more the more number of users come to your application, the CPU utilization of the server will become quite higher. For example, in my university, when there is a midterm or final test, we need to have a 40 CPU, no, 40 virtual machine running together to facilitate all of those events. So scalability is one of the issue. So the more user, of course, we need to have more resource to serve the user. So consider also as the aspect of scalability and accessibility. And now we are focusing on the teamwork in the virtual environment. You need to know that they will have the dynamic of virtual teams. Yeah. There will be a conflict, there will be a miscommunication and others. I have handled some programming class in which there's a student from Indonesia, from Malaysia, from France, from Ghana, and from UK. And of course, they will have a dynamic. I mean, because they have a different standard of value in their life, right? So of course, that will be a thing. So how to enhance and make the engagement of the student become higher in the class. So there is some strategy. You need to have a strategy for effective collaboration, like our previous keynote speaker. You need to define the roles and responsibility first. Yeah, the teacher needs to define the roles and responsibility for each teacher, so that there will be no intersects of their privilege, and then the communication becomes more efficient. Stabilizing clear communication channel. So you need also make sure that they will have effective communication, effective communication tools and technique, and then overcoming communication barriers. For example, the language and the time zone barriers. That is the time zone is the unique problem. Right? It's always happen if you want to collaborate with others nation. And also encouraging critical thinking. Yeah, critical thinking will play the main roles. I mean, if you have good critical thinking, your discussion becomes more positive and more efficient. And then we need to promote the activities and discussion to support the critical thinking. And how about the virtual team building? We need to have a strategies for building trust for each members of the team. And then we will create a report for each virtual team. It's like the report of grade of collaboration, understanding each other's role, responsibility distribution, and others. You need to create a report for each virtual team. And then there will be a team building activity, also icebreaker. And how about the conflict resolution? Yeah, we need to identify and addressing what is the potential conflict within this virtual team. And then what is the strategy for conflict resolution? And also you need to also utilize some application that support the task management, timeline, and resource distribution so that they can do the project management well. For example, you can use like Jira and others application or Slack. And how about the assessment and feedback strategies for this problem solving? Yeah, also you can use this virtual space for project-based and case-based math. There's a assessment called formative and summative assessment. Yeah, this is a normal mode of assessment, but there's also some alternative, like peer assessment. You make other student give the grade to each student. Yeah, usually I use this in the team-based teaching using virtual space or digital one because I don't know in very detail how they work. Yeah, so I need to each student in the group give the grade for each others. And also there is a self-evaluation assessment, and there may be using a form like a quiz, project, and discussion. And the most important one is feedback. Yeah. Uh, no matter it is online class or offline class, you need to have a feedback. It is very highly important because it promotes self-regulation and improvement. Yeah, you can use this one so that the student may give the improvement so that your quality of implementation of virtual space may be uh, better and better in the next implementation. Also, there is an ethical consideration. Yeah, usually you need to have all of the members knowing about it because you need to ensuring fairness and equity in the virtual assessment. And also, we need to address the issue related to academic integrity and plagiarism in online. For example, you cannot copy paste an image and others, so that you need to communicate it with the member of your user in the virtual spaces and ensure the fair, respectful, and safe environment for the interaction. In the application, you cannot, you can filter the words, yeah, if there is using a hate speech, or yeah, you can use employ some AI in the chat box that they can automatically detect the hate speech, the words, and others. And also, there is the you need to have an ethical collection of storage and use of personal information. This is four aspect of ethical that you need to comply when you provide the virtual spaces. Okay, this is the step of designing virtual space from the very beginning until the deployment. Right? The first one, you need, of course, the understanding. Is this virtual space will help your condition or your goal achievement? Yeah, this is the first step. The second one, you need to identify the characteristic of effective problem solving scenario and then engage with users. So the first three steps, you need to interact with user first. Hey, are you sure you will improve your effectivity in learning using this virtual space or not? So this is the basically the three step of the hours design part. And then the fourth one, you need to conducting intensive need assessment. You need to conduct a user research to make sure that this is really that user wants. And then applying the design thinking principle, we have already four design thinking principle from the user-centered design until the interactivity and engagement. And then the sixth one is the iterative design to prove for optimizing virtual space based on the feedback. And then the second one, we jump to the deployment and the implementation. Yeah. So in this one, we need to leveraging collaborative technology. We need to pick which technology that we use. For example, if your website, we can use Laravel or use Mozilla Hubs and others. And then will integrate some feature like real-time collaboration, brainstorming, and others. And then you design the assessment and feedback mechanism, prototyping, deploy the system, and then consideration for scalability. So this is the step to designing the virtual space, no matter you are doing from real code or just using a tool. And there is some technology library. Yeah, I think I will finish the presentation in the next 2 minutes. So this is the technology library example. You can use the Unity VR, Unreal Engine, or the most popular one is the Mozilla Hubs. It's a open source code, and you can use this one. So for example, this is an example in my home university. We have the virtual spaces using EVR for basic symmetry lab work and analytical symmetry lab work. Basically, each student can use this VR tools and they can interact also with other students. But in my university, actually, you cannot replace the real offline activity with this online. No, but the student need to finish this one before they are going to the lab. Because if the student have passed this VR task, they know what they need to do in the real laboratory. So finally, after the student finish this one and interact with their group in the application, then they need to go to the real lab to do the real implementation. But we note that there is huge number of efficiency in the material, in the time, and other aspects because they already know what they need to do using. And also, there is some example of collaborative online international learning I've using in the data engineering course and others. In this one, yeah, I'm employing the Google collaboration and GitHub also with Zoom with the student from France, Ghana, Malaysia, and Indonesia. This is an example of collaborative online international. And also, we also conduct a collaborative online hacking competition It's a capture the flag competition in our gender security courses. We doing the competition between the Cardiff University and my home university, ETS. And we are employing Zoom and Root the Box application so that they can interact with other users doing the capture the flag competition. And each one that you may want to do, there is a lot of uh, library and application based on virtual spaces. The first one is the social VR platform. You can use this VR chat and also Outspace VR. And also for collaboration and meeting spaces, you can use the Spatial or the Mozilla Hub. This is the open source and it's free. You can use this Mozilla Hubs to create your own virtual spaces so that the student may engage in your class. And there's also ER apps like Pokemon Go or IKEA Place. And I have tried this one. This is quite nice, but you need to have VR tools. It's a tilt brush just so that you can do the painting using your VR and share with your friend or collaborate doing the painting with your friends. And also there's a Virbila. It's a like commercial virtual space so that you can conduct your meeting with hundreds or maybe thousands of users. Okay, Bu Ami, I think this is for my presentation so that you may get the initial idea what is the virtual space and which one that we need to step for the initial step to develop the virtual space. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Pak Bagus, for giving us such insightful presentation about development aspect of virtual space to support problem solving. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for us to start the Q&A session. The committee may please to display the question from the audience. All right, so we have already 3 questions. The first one addressed to Ms. Xiao Wang, and then from Arianto. The question is, transactional distance theory says that there is a distance psychologically between learner and teacher. How to make congruent learning environment between teacher and student? The principles of design as well.
Okay, thank you, Amy. Thank you, the question from Randall. And I think this is a very good question as the transitional distance theory holds that there is this logical and communication gaps between learners and teachers, especially in virtual online environment. So it's very important to create a congruent in learning environment between students and teachers. I think there are some principles we can consider together. One is we need to promote clear communications. As we can see on the talk, Mr. Mr. Babas, and the communication is very important, so we can ensure that instruction, course materials, and expectations are communicated clearly to students, and we need to use language that is accessible and understandable to target audience, and we need to have some promote feedback, effective feedback. The feedback need to be timely and constructive, so students can know how their assessment and questions and concerns can be filtered meet, and feedback can help to reduce the psychological distance by creating a sense of interaction and responsiveness, the feedback and communication. Next, I think active engagement is also very important. We can design some learning activities that encourage active participants and encourage from students. Incorporative, interactive elements such as discussions, forums, problem solving activities, group projects, and group
short group discussions to promote the interactive between students and between teachers and students. And the fourth is the supportive learning environment. We need to first supportive learning environment where students can feel comfortable expressing their ideas, asking questions, and seeking help when they need it. We need to apply a substantive encourage and support it. Not even not only the technique, but also some the instructional support it. And last, I think maybe the flexibility. We can know the students, they have different learning style, different learning steps. So we can provide more flexible learning resources and provide opportunities for their self-paced learning and alternative learning resources and multiple communications channels to give their more different choices. This and I think the last maybe the personalizations is similar to the last one, to offer some opportunities for students to pursue their own interests and set their learning goals. And that's I think by aligning these principles of design, the teachers can create a more congruent learning environment that can minimize the psychological distance between themselves and their students. So the learning and teaching can be more effective. This is my answer. Thank you, Amy, and thank you for your questions.
Thank you, Ms. Xiaxue Wang. So there are a lot of to be concerned. Yeah, 6 of them I think you have mentioned: personalization, supportive learning environment, and many more. So thank you for your answer. Next question, please. All right, so this is addressed to Pak Bagus Jati Santoso from Jazimatul. And the questions about in the context of geographically dispersed teams operating in a virtual environment, what are effective ways to overcome challenges in maintaining team member motivation and engagement, considering factors such as time zone differences, limited face-to-face social interactions, and potential fatigue due to excessive use of technology? Please, Pak Bagus.
Yeah, thank you, Ibu Jasimatu, for the question. Yeah, I have experienced this problem before in my network programming class because we have a student from France, Ghana, Malaysia, and Indonesia. We have quite dispersed geographic condition and of course the time zone. Like so, I consider that in the 10 to 12 week, the activity is tends to decrease. I mean, the engagement. Right? So in the next years, I decrease the frequency of the using the online tools, like only maybe twice. I mean, sorry, one in each 2 weeks, and then I also give them like a motivation. There's a rank for the score of the team, and then there is like class. There's like a rank, and then number one, team number two, team number three. It's quite such a motivation for them, and then we also give some presents like uh, voucher or others for the students so that they have a more uh, they encourage to finish the course. But yes, there are always time zone sorry, geographical barriers for if we ask more students from other area to our university. That's uh, the key main point is you need to be flexible and then also enhance the asynchronous and synchronous part because it's more exhaustive to have like this Zoom meeting compared that you watch the video by yourself, right? So yeah, try to be more flexible, utilize some of the mode of teaching like online, the synchronous, and others. And also give them some like learning gimmick like rank, and then give them prize for the best one to finish the challenge and others. Yeah, maybe that's the answer from Guan.
All right, thank you, Pak Bagus. So it's important to be flexible, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you. Next question, please. So this is addressed to Ms. Xiaowang. In some ways, I think, according to your studies, the concept of CMOOCs is to decentralize education in a world where education institutions often tell us what to learn and how to learn it. So it brings into question, how do we ensure students successfully manage their own scaffolding when they are given the proper tools? Are students effective at choosing what they should learn next within a complex subject and this unpredicted network? From Taufik, thank you.
Thank you. Amazing key education from Taufik. And I think this is also a very good question because in the complex open learning environment, it is very difficult for students to manage their own learning pieces and their cognitive resources with very limited. And in the website, they may have many kinds of learning resources to choose. And so we need to give some more design to help them to manage these resources, and we need to have a role in the course team named facilitator. We have some volunteers from our research team. They are really some master students or doctor students. They work as facilitators on the website, on the CMOOC, to give feedback and give some targeted resources to the learners. So by this way, we can help them to learn more effectively and not lose their energy in the website. Another way is we have some professors and teachers to put their ideas or share their research or share their practice education, so they can encourage more learners to work and learning with these timely resources. This is my experience of the CMOOC. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Ms. Xiaowang. Hopefully it answers for the question earlier, and hopefully the Taufik before who was asking also satisfied with this such a good answer. All right. So next question addressed to Pak Bagus Jati Santoso. I agree that virtual spaces provide learners with great opportunities to have more freedom in learning and no need to worry about making failures or mistakes since there won't be any instant consequences for them. However, I wonder if this benefit of virtual spaces will do the opposite. For example, negative impact learners' awareness or capability in making critical decisions in real life. Thank you.
This is a very good question from Pak Taufik. We also have a same question from the reviewer of ASEAN and ABET for international accreditation. I mean, they say that you cannot use these virtual spaces to replace your lab work, or Indonesia we call them practicum, right? Because we are from engineering department and all engineering stuff is close with safety, human safety, right? So yeah, they say you cannot utilize this one to replace the real lab work or practicum activity. But finally, we still use and utilize this virtual space for the, we have a hard engineering and soft engineering. Soft engineering is like computer science. So there is no problem with the virtual spaces. But for the like physics engineering, uh, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, they have a virtual space as a preliminary activities, like an initial activities before they jump to the real lab work using the real tools and devices. They need to finish this uh, virtual space or VR first. We note that there is a significant improvement of the time of the lab work and also the material usage, also the electricity usage for this real lab practicum, because all of the students have finished the virtual scenario first in the device, and then they know how to do this efficiently in the real offline lab work. Yeah, that is the good point of using this virtual space. It will not replace the hard engineering part, but of course, there is no problem with the soft engineering like a computer science. But for the hard engineering, they cannot replace, but they can enhance the efficiency of the learning. That's the answer, one. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Pak Bagus. So still, it cannot replace the hard engineering process like that, yeah. So in soft engineering, it can be utilized like that, right? All right, thank you. Next question. So this is for both Ms. Shawang and Pak Bagus. Actually, we are going to conduct a research study to develop AI model on LMS, maybe also for contributing to ICE. What could you suggest us about the need and solving the problem related to collaborative learning? Maybe first, Ms. Shisha Wang.
Okay. Thank you, Amy, and thank you, Elsa, for these questions. To date, I think AI model is very fancy, and we introduced the AI model on LMS is very important for students to interact with the technical machine, and the teachers can have more time to facilitate the other issues about the interaction between the students. And I think for the collaborative learning, we can use the AI tools for many stages, including the need assessment to analyze how students need when they collaborated with each other, and we can also to conduct some timely data analysis. We can analyze what kind of rules are the group members are play, so we can find some free rider or some students they don't allow other people to talk by analyzing their conversations in the group process. Because in the virtual online environment, students cannot look into all of the groups. So we can use the AI model to help the teachers to find some problems when students working together, so they can the teachers can timely make some inventations on the students or on their group learning strategies. Another way to introduce AI model, I think may about the learning resources when the students are conducting a problem-solving task, the AI model can give them some advices about research resources funding or some website tours. And last, I think, is also about assessment or the evaluation of their learning progress or their learning outcomes. This is my ideas. Thank you.
All right. Next, Pak Bagus. Still muted.
Oh, sorry, Bu Ami. Can you repeat the question? Sorry, sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
I will.
okay. Okay. I have some idea for this one because virtual space is quite like different like offline one, right? So currently we are uh, try to make a model to predict the successful of the learning for each student. I mean, yeah, because we have make some, yeah, we have a lot of parameters data, and then we can predict is there any parameter that will give makes a significant contribution that we can detect that this is big possibility of this student may fail on this course or still continue with good grades. Yeah, that's one example of AI model. Yeah, of course, AI model is close with prediction, so you can predict all of the thing like, yeah, especially for this successful to finish the course for each student. Yeah, there's one direction that may be good for good direction for the research one.
All right, thank you for Ms. Seisha Wang and Pak Bagus for the great suggestions. Hopefully, the question senders could use those suggestions. All right, do we still have another questions? Okay. All right, so this is addressed to Pak Bagus. Can you please provide free online tool for augmented reality or VR? From Abhishek. Thank
I,
you.
thank you, Mr. Abhishek. I have also prepared the answer. I will type to the meeting chat, right? There is a 7, but I usually use number 1 and number 4 for the research project. And also one is Mozilla. I forgot. You can use this. It is also open source. If you want to try.
All right. Wow. There are 8 examples of free AR or VR. All right. So hopefully the question senders also can utilize those examples, yeah, to try and then see what happens, and also use in virtual spaces. All right. Next questions. Addressed to Ms. Seisha Wang. How can technology help students collaborate and learn together more effectively? What tools have you found most useful for group projects and sharing ideas with classmates? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Amy. Thank you, Davin. And I think there are many technologies that can help students work together. I think one of it is the instant message stores. I think it's we can uh, uh, organize students work online. They can have their own pieces. They can manage their own time, find the time when they all have free time to work together through the instant message tools such as WeChat or Zoom or other kinds of tools. And another thing I think there is some sharing document we students can work together to share their ideas or their research findings or some other resources they find which is important to their work. And other tools I think is about how to help students to find their group members. I think this kind of tools can collect students' interest, their collective style, or their collaboration skills. So teachers can know what kind of the students are, what kind of group they will be more lucky in, and to have some more effective grouping strategies to help students to find more suitable group members to work together. This is my summary. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Xixia Wang. All right, so we have another question addressed to Pak Bagus. Since we use digital learning, how we appreciate their humanity side? Oh, that's interesting. Please, Pak Bagus.
This is a very good question, especially if we have an online platform. Actually, measuring the human aspect, the humanity aspect is somehow it's quite challenging, right? But I have a solution that I have implemented in my previous 3 years classes, especially in the programming class. I provide a close peer assessment in which each team member give the rating for all other team members, but I keep those rating and grade confidential. I mean, they don't know their friend give which grade for him. And also I create the rubric or assessment form in which there will include a variety of evaluation from the human aspect, such as how they initiate in helping the team, sacrificing the team for their time for the team, and then are they communicating very well? Are they cooperating effectively? And each team member give rating to each team member, and I give this rating confidential. Yeah, that's is best as I can if we conduct it online courses. Yeah, thank you, Brian.
All right, thank you, Pak Bagus. Interesting. So peer assessment and rubric for evaluation for human aspects. So we still can instill the human side. Sorry. All right. Next question.
Cek. Masuk
Mana
nggak?
nggak bisa?
Masuk nggak suaraku? Cek, cek.
I may think that this question is for Mr. Prakash. Mr. Prakash.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize for the technical issue. Ms. Jisha Wang, you can answer the question.
Okay, I can try to answer this question, but after my answering, I can invite Mr. Prakash to answer this question. And how much VR and AI-based learning could be included in students' learning journey? Can you share your experience? Yes, I do have some research experience on VR, especially the science in inquiry learning, especially collaborative inquiry learning. Students can work together based on their iPad, which can run some virtual experiment. So they can collect data, they can conduct the experiment without time limit, and they can work together and share their screen to have many problem solving outcomes or strategies to look into how they can find some different findings in a short time. They can share each other's screen. This is VR, and about AI-based learning, I can see some case studies in China. Students use AI tools to accelerate their teaching, and also students learning learning assessment can use AI, especially the writing. The AI can help students to improve their English writing skills, and I think this is my experience. Thank you. And we can invite Mr. Bagash to answer these questions again.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Sisha Wang. Apologize before earlier for the technical problem. Pak Bagus, do you want to also answer this question?
Yeah. Thank you. For me and Tisha one. Actually, involving VR and AI-based learning actually is not a necessity. Yeah, bukanlah sebuah kewajiban. It's not a necessity in education, but of course, it can enhance the user engagement and learning experience for the student, both for the student and the teacher. And we should know that we are now today dealing with a younger generation, and we call them Generation Z, in which they are understand everything better and more quickly with the help of technology. So I think there will be it's not a necessity, but we may create such a new learning experience for them, and maybe in some condition, it's approved that it is proven that they will increase the efficiency and effectivity in learning, especially for the practical. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Pak Bagus. Next question, do you have another question? All right. So this is also addressed to both Ms. Sisha Wang and Pak Bagus. We are not sure that virtual space can address the problem solving, but only the problem of the auxiliary facilities can be solved if there are problems. How do you think? Thank you.
Okay, let me share my ideas. I think problem solving is more likely a teaching strategy. Is not truly to find some problem solving outcomes. It's by the learning process of collaborative problem solving. Students are more likely to practice their their critical thinking and their resources finding skills and collaboration skills. This is the aims of the problem solving activities, not to truly to solve some problems in our real world. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, Pak Bagus.
Actually, I do agree with that problem question that not all problem can be solved using the virtual spaces. So that in my sorry, can I share the screen?
Sure.
I mean, yeah. So that's why in my previous presentation, the first step you need to understand first: is there any role that virtual space give contribution in facilitating their problem solving? Because actually designing, implementing virtual space, it quite take a huge number of cost and time, right? So the first one you need to understand and knowing first, is this virtual space have a role or significant contribution to solve the problem solving? In my situation, if I have distributed geographically students from Europe, from Africa, from Asia, that in this case, virtual space solved my problem. But there is still a lot of problem that, of course, cannot be solved efficiently by virtual space. That's why in the very first step, you need to understand first, is there any role that virtual space may give a contribution to facilitate the problem solving? And then you need to identify which effective problem scenario can be supported by these virtual spaces. Yeah, that is my answer, Iwan.
All right, thank you, Pak Bagus. Do we still have okay, we have the last question. This is also addressed to Pak Bagus. Now that distance learning has become widespread, this has a big impact on cultural shift. So, how can distance learning be balanced with culture in addition to learning or theories about social culture and basic knowledge? How to balance technology and social? Because nowadays there are many cases, especially regarding students' attitudes towards the surrounding environment and older people. Thank you.
Thank you for question. That's why in my university, there is no, distance program for undergraduate students actually. Because undergraduate student, according to the national qualification framework of Indonesia, you need to put the attitude and the moral to the student, right? Especially for the engineer. If we talk about the engineering, we talk also about the human safety, right? So that's why we cannot put everything for the engineering stuff in the online. We also need the offline part of. That's why even that during the pandemic, we still have a time for the student to do a lab work offline. But of course, we are still maintaining the distance because for the engineer, we need to have a certain education step to make sure that they have a good attitude, good mental, and then other stuff that close with humanity. Yeah, of course, in at some area, online learning cannot replace those part. That's why we need especially for the engineering stuff, we need to have this portion of the online learning still be conducted. That's the point for me. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Pak Bagus. Well, that was the last question. We would like to thank the speakers for the informative and fascinating discussions and all the participants for the participation. We apologize because of the time limitation, we cannot address all questions. Ladies and gentlemen, please note that in order to obtain a certificate, it is necessary to complete the feedback form using the link that will be provided by the committee shortly. Before we ended this event, we would like to invite Pak Hassan from ICE Institute as the ICE representative to award the certificate to the speakers. For the
Thank you very
speakers,
much.
yeah, you may open the camera on. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Ami. Finally, we arrive at the end of this section, this webinar. I would like to apologize because I have to represent the head of the ICE Institute because they have another activities. So I represent to uh, present the certificate with the appreciation. We present certificates to our esteemed speaker, recognizing their invaluable contribution to the success of our collaborative learning in virtual space webinar. The first is 601. Then the second one is Pak Bagus Jati Santoso. Thank you for your expertise and dedication.
Thank you for the invitation and thank you for the institute and Mr. Hasdama gave our this kind of opportunities to share our research findings. It's my honor to meet you, all the professors and the researchers. And today I also learned a lot of knowledge through the interaction with the audience. Thank you all.
You're welcome.
right, we would like to share the certificate right away. All right, so this is for Miss Sisha Wang.
For Sisha Wang. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you. This for the certificate.
And this is for Pak Bagus. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Bu Ami and Pak Sanudin. Thank you very much. And also thank you for all of the audience. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Pak Hasan, Miss Sisha Wang, and Pak Bagus. Finally, give applause for all the speakers, committee, and for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I would like to extend heartfelt thanks to the speakers, committee, and all participants. As the moderator, I'm Ami, and I apologize for any slight mistakes that may have occurred. Leading this discussion has been a wonderful experience. Until we meet again, see you at the next CEF event. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. See you next year.
You're welcome, Sisya. Pak Bagus.
See you.
Thank you, Pak Hasan, Bu Ami. Thank you, Dr. Wang. Thank you very much.